Hello everyone, welcome to Diego Knows. I am Diego and today we're going to talk about Sex and the City, the original show from the 1990s and the early 2000s, okay, back when the show was good. I'm Diego and I've seen every single episode of the show, okay, so I know what I'm talking about, okay, I was a big fan. I watched every single episode and I watched both movies and I watched that piece of shit and just like crap. Yeah, I suffered through that. And I made reviews about it, okay, so I decided that I was going to watch, when I first heard that and Just Like That was coming out, they're rebooting Sex and the City. Well, they're continuing it. You know, they're all older now. I remember how big of a fan I was of the show. But it's one of those shows that nobody really talks about anymore. Like, you got to be older to even know what the show was, to have watched the episodes and all that, to know who the characters were. So when I heard that they were going to reboot it, I decided I would go ahead and pull out the old episodes. Because I think what happened was I think I saw like the first episode of And Just Like That, and I about shit myself. I mean, really, this was so bad. And I know that, like Samantha Irby probably would have turned that into an episode, which she did. But I just like, okay, well, this is so bad. I don't remember these characters being so bad. I already knew the politics. I already knew, about Samantha Kim Cattrall wasn't coming back. I knew all that stuff already. But I didn't understand why this new show, why they were making the characters like this, because they weren't acting the way they did. So I was trying to remember. I couldn't remember from watching the first episode of And Just Like That. I could not remember what I liked about these characters. What was so special about them? I didn't remember, because the people that I was seeing I didn't really care about. So I was like, I used to care about these people. What happened? So I decided I was going to watch the old episodes, to try to figure that out, to rediscover it. I hadn't watched them in a long time. I hadn't had no reason to really, but I have them here. And I remember how big of a deal it was when they first came out. I remember how like it was a show that all the girls I knew were watching it. None of my guy friends were watching it, so I was the only one, yeah. So I was trying to remember what it was. What was so special about it? Why did I like it so much back in the day? And I've been watching these episodes again, and now I'm remembering. Like, okay, now I'm remembering why the show was so good. Because every once in a while, they got some good stuff in there. They really did. So I like the show. I like the show a lot. I still like Sopranos better, but I liked Sex and the City. I thought it was pretty interesting. Kind of getting a peek into what females were going through. And just how much times have changed since then. Oh my God. The stuff that these women were doing back then, which was groundbreaking back then, is like standard now. Like it's like no big deal, but back then it was a big deal. So moving right along here, the episode I'm going to review right now is from the second season. It's episode 6, and the title of the episode is called "The Cheating Curve." Okay, so we're going to talk about cheating. Okay, great topic, right? Cheating. Okay, so here we go. So I'm basically going to explain to you the episode and tell you what my points are. I'm going to give it to you from a straight guy's point of view. Okay, I give you a straight guy's point of view here. I don't lie here. I tell you the truth. Okay, I don't pull any punches, and if you're triggered easily, get the fuck out. All right, because I'm not going to hold back and I am going to curse. Okay, so I'm just telling you how I see it. Okay, and I'm not going to hold anything back. Okay, I'm not trying to be politically correct. I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to censor myself. Okay, I'm going to tell you exactly what I think. Okay, the truth, because the show has a very hard time telling you the truth. All right, so here we go. So it opens up with Charlotte. She works at a gallery. She's been at this gallery for like 5 years now. And she's having a show for some famous lesbian artists who we never meet. Her name is Yael, whatever that means. Okay, so there's a lot of power lesbians. She calls them power lesbians that are there. Okay, these are all these like middle-aged, women that don't wear any makeup, that all dress like a men, and they all walk in synchrony. Like they're all like models, like it's all choreographed the way they move. They move in a pack. They don't move one at a time. They move in a pack. All right, these are called power women. And they're all lesbians, okay? So it's a new power couple, which maybe that was like avant-garde, because I did go to art school. Maybe that was avant-garde back in the 90s, to have that. But I mean, if you look at Hollywood, if you look at New York, you look at the cultural scene, it's all fucking gay. So it's no big deal. It's like, oh, you're a lesbian in New York? you're a power lesbian in New York? Fucking join the club, okay? There's like 5,000 right behind you, okay? Get in line, okay? Like, it's no fucking big deal. But maybe in the 90s it was a big deal. They had to draw so much attention to it, that, oh my God, look at that. Those are all lesbians. And they're rich. They got money. Holy shit. Yeah, what's going on? We got to make an episode about this. Like nowadays, it's like, well, yeah, you're lesbian. Of course you are. you would be working at CNN if you weren't. Okay, but you know what I mean. So I guess back then it was a big deal. And I did go to art school, so I know about the people that go to art school, okay? It's not unusual for lesbians to be artists, okay? Not unusual at all right? So anyway, so we meet a couple of new people here. Miranda's there with her date. His name is Ethan, and he's a documentary filmmaker, another one. And then Charlotte's there with her boyfriend, and his name is Garrett, and he owns this posh restaurant called Thorn, okay, which is where all the, I guess all the supermodels go there, where, the guys buy them their salads. so they can throw them up in the bathroom, right? Okay, well, so he's pretty well known, In fact, this model is there, and she gives him like these fuck me eyes while he's standing there with Charlotte holding her hand, and of course he looks back at her like, because of course that's what guys do. We always do that when we're standing there next to our fucking girlfriend, because we know that she ain't gonna notice shit, right? Okay, so they're there, and Samantha's pissed off. She's like, I didn't realize it was BYOM, bring your own man. but she does notice somebody, Samantha's there with Kerry. They didn't bring any dates. Okay, but Samantha does notice that her personal trainer is there. He's just standing, what the fuck's he doing in an art exhibit? I have no fucking idea. He's just standing there, looking around, touching his muscles, And she's like, oh, he's my trainer. Oh, he looks so good. So, because she starts making her way towards him. All right. So that's going on here. Meanwhile, Kerry decides that she is going to go meet Big. She's going to sneak out of the gallery and go meet Big, and her girlfriends don't know about it. She didn't tell her girlfriends at all that she's still seeing Big. Okay, they don't know. She doesn't want them to know. Okay, so she sneaks out and goes to go see Big. All right, to go hang out with him. Okay, and she says she actually feels better when she's with him. Like she feels alive. Which I guess it makes sense. She never got over her feelings for him. She never detached herself from him. When they broke up at the end of season 1. They broke up, but they didn't really break up. I mean, she pushed him away because he wasn't giving her what she wanted, but she never like detached from him. She only had sex with one other guy, and in that one she acted like the psycho, and he got rid of her. So, she's probably not feeling good about herself, probably not feeling attractive. And honestly, I don't think she's really like that part of her that still wants to be with Big is taken over, and is kind of blocking her from trying to see anybody else. That's what I think. And we've all been there. I mean, we've all pined for people that we know are bad for us, but we do it anyway because it feels good. It's like your heart and your mind sometimes they just don't mix. They can't come to a compromise. Your mind knows not to go there, but your heart wants to do what the heart wants to do, And if you're not very smart, you're gonna follow your heart, And if you're too feeling, you're gonna follow your brain. So we all do these things, okay? So she goes there. She goes to see him. Meanwhile, at the club, at the gallery, what do you call it? Charlotte goes back. She meets a couple of lesbians, and she thinks they're kind of cool. And she goes back to the storage room to get something. And she runs to Garrett. Her date is there, and he's like making out with another girl. Well, Charlotte's all pissed off. Like, what the hell? And then he looks at her because he's been busted. He's like, oh, don't worry about it. It's nothing. We're just kissing. No big deal. And he goes right back to kissing her. Like, okay, bullshit flag number 1. Okay, first of all, this would never fucking happen. Okay, all right. Yeah, do guys like to try to sneak around on their girl? Yes, they do. Okay, but they're not gonna fucking do it. One room away from where their fucking girlfriend is. Okay. Now, some guys might do that. Some guys might be ballsy enough to do that, but they know they're going to get caught. Even if their girlfriend doesn't catch them, another person's going to catch them, and they're going to tell her. Because everyone knows that Charlotte, this is her gallery. So everybody there knows who Charlotte is, or they just met her. Okay, they know she's with him because she's been standing with him all night. So if they see him with another girl, the first thing you're going to do is go tell her, hey, I saw your guy back there, So that's bullshit number 1. Bullshit number 2 is he tells her, oh, don't worry about it, honey. This doesn't mean anything. We're just kissing. What? Who the fuck ever said that? I know lots of guys that have cheated on their girls, okay? And none of them have ever said something stupid like that, okay? Ever. That's bullshit. That's total fucking bullshit, okay? Oh, don't worry. We're just kissing. It's no big deal. And why the fuck is the girl that he's kissing doesn't say a fucking thing? She doesn't, she gets embarrassed. You can tell because you look at her face, but she doesn't say anything or do anything. Like she's not even involved. She's involved, but she's not involved. She didn't say, "Oh my God, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to embarrass you at your own gallery." She didn't say nothing. He doesn't say nothing except that. He's not like, oh my, he's not shocked that he got caught. He's not upset. He's not like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Oh my God, Charlotte just found out something about. He's not nothing like that at all. He's just like, hey, it's no big deal, and it goes right back to doing what he's doing. Who the fuck is so fucking unaware socially of what they're doing like that? Nobody is. Nobody's like that. No guy, no woman is like that. This is fucking stupid. Who the fuck wrote this show? I'll tell you who wrote it. It was Michael Patrick King. That's who wrote it. Okay. So, yeah, no, that's not believable, not realistic at all, and that would never happen. Okay, raise bullshit flag right there. Okay, so moving right along. So Charlotte's upset. Okay. Okay, so Samantha and Kerry and all the other girls, they meet the next day to talk about the topic is cheating, because of course, Charlotte told everyone what happened. All right, a lot of good points here from 4 different women with different points of view on the situation. Okay, so first of all, Charlotte's like, he's cheating, and they're like, well, you've only been seeing him for a while, it's not like you guys are official or anything. She's like, yeah, but I expect him to be faithful to me at least, until the end of the night, if we're out together, which she's got a good point, Samantha's like, men cheat the same reason that dogs lick their balls, okay? It's in their nature, every... It's biology. That's what Samantha said. It's biology. That's why men cheat. Okay. No, it's not. It's not biology. Yeah, we have the urge to have sex. Yes, we are. Once we hit puberty, we have that urge to have sex. We definitely have that in us. Okay. But it doesn't mean that we cheat. Okay. Yes, some of us do. Some of us don't. But just because we're horny doesn't mean we're going to cheat. Okay. So no, that's not true. It's not in our biology to cheat. Okay. Maybe in the old days before we had marriage and shit. Yeah, but okay. Kerry says that women cheat too. Women, yes, they do. Yes, they fucking do. And then Charlotte goes like, oh, well, that's different. Okay, women, when we cheat, we based on our feelings. It's all about our feelings. Well, you can make an argument for that too. But I can make an argument that men cheat for their feelings too. Okay, I know guys that fucking fell in love with another woman and left their spouse. They weren't just fucking with another hot girl. They legitimately fell in love with somebody else. They had a better connection with this other woman than they did with their own fucking spouse, so they left. I know guys like that too. So I hate on this bullshit about, oh, men cheat just because they're horny, and women cheat because of bull fucking shit. Okay, I know women that have been caught, fucking people, by their husbands, and these weren't guys they were in love with. They were just fucking around. They just wanted to have a good time. They got busted, lost their spouse like that. Yeah, and it wasn't because of love or romance. They just met, so no. That's bullshit. These are stupid stereotypes that don't belong in society anymore. Okay, women cheat for all sorts of fucking reasons. Okay, one of them is they get emotionally involved with someone else. That's one reason, but that's not the only reason. And I would even argue to say it's not even the biggest reason nowadays. Okay, men cheat too. Okay, but they don't always cheat just because they're horny. Okay, and the woman's willing and available. They don't always do it. No, sometimes they legitimately form another relationship. Which is not good, especially if you're if already in one. But they actually form a connection with somebody else, like a spiritual, emotional connection, and they end up deciding they would rather be with this person than the person that they're with. I've seen that happen too. So I hate it when fucking movies and chick flick shows automatically show the guy as being an asshole. He's just a horn dog who just fucks everyone, and the woman's always like, oh, she's got seduced, she was lonely, and this guy was just so romantic. And fucking bullshit. Bull fucking shit. Okay, you know it, I know it. Okay, so quit fucking showing this shit on TV. Okay, nobody believes it. It does not match up to real life. And the show's supposed to be talking about, real life. It's supposed to be portraying in a fictional setting, but real life situations. Okay, no, bull fucking shit. All right. So I'm kind of on Charlotte's side, but almost on Samantha's side too. And Miranda says, oh, I don't tolerate cheating. Yeah, right, Miranda. Yeah, right. She also says it's only acceptable when you're cheating with some ugly fucking Fred Flintstone looking bitch in drag. Then it's acceptable. But other than that, no, I don't tolerate cheating. Yeah. Okay, so there's that. Samantha's like, well, I'm more forgiving. I understand people cheat. I don't take it personal. And Miranda's like, yeah, it's because you cheat. If you're going to condemn someone, you got to condemn yourself too. But I really don't see Samantha as a cheater. I think Samantha actually has integrity. I really do. Okay, I think that Samantha, first of all, she already admitted she's not the kind of person that would get into a relationship. She doesn't do relationships. Even the only relationship we seen her in was with the guy with the little penis. Okay, James. Remember him? Okay, and she never cheated on him. Okay, she put up with the miserable sex or non-sex they were having, but she never cheated on him. She didn't fuck someone else until she broke it off with him. So that's the only relationship we've seen her in. So every other time she's fucking fucked somebody, she's been single. She hasn't been attached to anybody. Okay, no strings attached to anybody. You know, so if she wants to fuck around, I mean, that's the way to do it. I'm not gonna justify fucking around like that, but I mean, the fact that it's not like she's married and she's doing this. Like some fucking desperate housewives or shit. Where they're parading. Yeah, absolutely, you cheat on your husband. Keep going, girl. Where they do shit like no, it's nothing like that. So she actually has some integrity there, and I respect her more for that. She's calling it how she sees it, just like I am. She calls it how she sees it. This is what she thinks. And she doesn't violate her own morality. Which is different from everyone else's, but it's hers. This is what she lives by. That's her creed. More power to her. I say, hey, you got to do what you think is right, even if other people don't agree with you, because at the end, you're the one that's got to live with yourself. So yeah. So oh well. So Kerry says that she's come up with something called the cheating curve, okay? And what the cheating curve is, it means that cheating is the severity of the cheating. Okay, so if it's this low, it's not really cheating, but if it's this much, that's cheating. Okay, well, the severity of it depends on how much the person wants to cheat. So basically, if you're out there, if your spouse is asleep and you go outside and you start looking for somebody else, you're looking to fuck around, okay? So that's severity. That means it's up here, okay? You want to cheat, okay? You're cheating, okay? But, if you're just lonely, and your husband's at work and, and he's always at work and he always neglects you and he never initiates sex anymore. He doesn't tell you that you're pretty. And then there's that guy at work, who always says hi to you. And yesterday he touched you on your shoulder and you felt tingles. And you started feeling something down there. And then he got close to you one day and he smells so good. And this has been going on for weeks. And you don't know what to do. You want to be faithful, but one day you went out to lunch and it just happened. Okay, see? Okay, bullshit. Okay, that would be on the low end. Okay, that would be like, hey, I wasn't out there trying to get it. It just happened, okay? His dick just fell into my vagina, okay? I wasn't planning for it. We weren't trying to do it. It just happened. It just ended up that way. That would be on the low end, okay? That's not really cheating, okay? Oh, okay, and Kerry calls that the, well, Miranda calls that moral relativism, which it is. And Kerry says I call it quantum cheating. Okay. So and then of course Samantha says like, hey, listen, trees in the forest, okay? If you never get caught, it ain't cheating. Hey, that's kind of true, actually. A lot of these marriages that that lasted forever, I'll tell you, they were fucking around. Oh, absolutely. You just didn't know about it, okay? You just didn't know about it, okay? All right, yeah, why do you think I don't want to get married? Shit. Okay. So what constitutes cheating? That's the thesis of this episode, okay? So Samantha gets with her trainer, and of course he's moving her around, whatever, and she's getting all horny and wet, for him. Charlotte's boyfriend calls her and tells her, hey, listen, I was just trying to be supportive of her. Her father just died. She's going through this crisis right now. She's new in town, and she just got all emotional. I'm just trying to help her out, It didn't mean nothing. You're the one I want to fuck, not her. It was just bullshit. Because Charlotte just hangs up on him because it's bullshit. And it is bullshit, all right? It's fucking bullshit. I don't know why she's wasting her time with him, okay? So Charlotte meets these power lesbians. Like I said, they all move in synchronity. They're all like choreographed to move at the same time. They're all wearing suits. They all look butch. They all have no makeup on. They're all just, walking around like, like some sort of, like they're some fucking corporate CEOs or some shit. They're all moving like they're Japanese CEOs of Sony or something, how they all get out of the elevator together and they all turn left together. They all turn right together, they all turn around together, they're moving like that. Okay. And perfect, covered in alignment. Okay, so she meets them. She starts talking to them. They start inviting her out. So she decides to hang out with them. They decide to have They go out for drinks at a bar called the G Spot. then they go then they go have dinner at a restaurant called Lubes. And then they spend the night away dancing at a club called Love Tunnel. Oh my God! There was a lesbian bar in Chicago. I can't remember what it was called. I think it was called Rockers or something. I don't know. I only went there once. But, oh, these girls were raw, man. These girls were butch. They put me to shame. Okay, they got hair shorter than this. Okay, their shit was longer than this. I don't remember the name of it, but. Yeah, I just, the point is those women did not look like these women, okay? These were the lipstick lesbians, okay, if you want to call it that. No, not these. These look like fucking wrestling fans. And I don't mean the female ones, I mean. Okay, anyway, hey. Yeah, you know that show, Queer Eye for the Straight Guy? You ever wonder why they don't make one for women? Well, now you know. They're all gonna look like they belong on a fucking on a package of paper towels. Okay, sorry. Okay, enough. All right, moving right along. Okay, so Samantha with the trainer, she goes to the place. Is okay? Miranda and Ethan, they're coming back from a movie they saw together, and he's bitching about how Schindler's List sucked. You know, how it was just a commercial vehicle for Steven Spielberg, you know, and it didn't accurately portray the Holocaust or whatever the fuck. Because he's Jewish, you know. Of course he is. Okay, so he asks Miranda if she wants to come up. She's like, yes. So she comes up to fuck. Okay, they come up to have sex. Okay, and the first thing he does when they start to get busy is he puts the porn on. Okay, here comes bullshit flag number 2. Who the fuck watches porn? Okay, when they've actually got a live woman in front of them. Okay, that would never fucking happen. That is fucking bullshit. It's like most guys do not even trust women with their porn. They're not gonna watch porn with their girlfriends. Okay, now there are exceptions to this rule. Okay, I did date this girl once a long time ago. You know, and after we had sex, after we had sex, you know, she asked me, hey, you know, like, do you have any porn? I was like, yeah, I do. She's like, well, you want to watch them together? Okay, fine. You know, and this was like months and months after we've been dating. Okay, we've been dating for months by this time. Okay, we've been together for a while. Okay, so it's not something that just happened on the first night that we had sex. It didn't. Okay, but she wanted to see it, so I showed it to her. Okay, whoopie-doo, you know, it's no big deal. That's different. Okay, but what he's doing, this is the first time they're having sex, and he's automatically going to put porn on. Are you fucking out of your mind? Like, no guy would do this. No guy would. You separate porn from the real life woman. You always keep them separate, okay? You always keep them separate. And as a matter of fact, there's a direct correlation between how much porn you consume and how many women you're dating, okay? The more porn you consume, the less women you're dating. The more women you're dating, the less porn you consume, okay? It's some sort of mathematical formula that makes it work like that. I don't know why, but it's true, okay? So if I'm dating a lot of women, I'm not watching porn. I don't need to, okay? Because I got the real thing, okay? And yes, the women in porn look better than the women I'm having sex with most of the time, okay? But sex with the real woman has always been, for me at least, has always been better than, you know, playing with myself, okay? It's always been better, okay? Because it's more interactive, you know? There's touching, there's smelling, you know, there's tasting, you know, there's there's all sorts of, you know what I'm talking about, okay? The motion, you know? You can't get that through porn, okay? Porn can trick your mind and think you're having sex, but it can't trick your body, you see? So, you know, the real thing is always better. It's better than porn, okay? So no guy, if he's got the real thing in front of him, okay, he's not gonna watch porn. He doesn't need to. He's got the real fucking thing in front of him, you know? It's bullshit. No guy would do this. No guy would have porn on. Okay, now I have the TV on sometimes when I've had sex. You know, I remember this movie I was watching called, the one with Bruce Willis, you know the one where Joseph Gordon-Levitt plays the young Bruce Willis. You know, is Bruce Willis is, you know what movie I'm talking about. Anyway, I remember I was watching it this one time and I was really into it. Like I was really into it. And then my girlfriend wanted to have sex, and I hadn't finished watching the movie yet. Okay, so I remember I was laying down, on my back, and she got on top of me, and she's on top of me, and while she's doing her thing, I was looking like this, and I was watching the TV to see what happens, to see the ending of the movie. Okay, I do remember that. But that's a totally. I wasn't watching porn. Okay, I was watching a regular movie. Okay. Oh, I hope she don't see this. Okay. Anyway, the point is that yes, I've had the TV on, but not with porn. That would never happen. That's bullshit flag. Number 2. Okay, so moving right along, Kerry decides to cook for Big, and by cook I mean she heated up some cheese and she tore up some bread. Okay, and she gives it to Big. Hey, taste it. And he's like, it's okay. Why don't you taste it too? She tastes it. She's like, oh, this sucks. Let's go out to eat. Let's go out to eat. So they do. They go out to eat. So Kerry cannot cook. She cannot cook. Hey, I can't either, really. I mean, I can, but I don't want to. All right. So, and one thing I noticed about Biggs, he's wearing that turtleneck, which was in like in the 90s, but like the early 90s, late 80s. Remember Michael Keaton had it on in Batman, and then when he was in the back, he had that black turtleneck. I swear to God, every fucking guy was wearing that black turtleneck for like the next fucking 5 years. Okay, I know because I was one of them. All right. Okay. So anyway, Kerry cooks for Big. They decide to go out walking, or whatever. They go out to eat, whatever. Oh yeah, they go out to eat. They start talking, more banter, which I love. She doesn't like the food. She tells Big like, you have no friends. Because she wants to know, hey, so are we officially dating again? I would like to know. My friends want to know because I haven't told my friends that I'm seeing you. And he's like, okay, well, why is that important? Why is that important? And she's like, well, you wouldn't know because you don't have any friends. And Big looks at her and goes like, I have interested parties, which is a great line. I think I must have used that once, okay? I probably wrote that down once and used it, okay? I don't have friends, I have interested parties. Which we know what that means. That's why I love Big. See, he keeps his masculinity. He keeps it. Even throughout this banter, he keeps his masculinity. He's like the one guy on the show that they kind of respect. He's the one straight guy on the show that they'll respect him, because they don't respect any of the guys on the show, but they'll respect Big, and I love that about him. I love the fact that they respect him, because we need that. We need a character like that on the show, someone who's not just a fool every episode, which they are now today. So it says he has interested parties, okay, which is a good line. I love it. I think I've used it before, okay. So anyway, Kerry leaves the next day to do her walk of shame. It's like 7 a.m, and she bumps into Miranda. Miranda's walking down the street with her coffee, and Kerry's like, what are you doing in this neighborhood this early? She's like, oh, I got teeth cleaning. She's like, it's 7 a.m. Who cleans your teeth at 7 a.m? And why are you so dressed up so nice? Why are you dressed up so nice to get your teeth cleaned, She doesn't know she spent the night with Big and she's leaving. So she lies and walks away. So she's cheating on her friends by not telling them that she's still seeing Big. Ooh, she's guilty. Okay, so so Miranda says, of course, what I just said about Ethan, he wants to watch porn while they're having sex and it's bothering her, and it should bother her because he's a fucking idiot, because he's written by gay guys, and he is written by Michael Patrick King. I checked the credits. Yeah, and this guy, he's written by a gay guy. So, of course, that's what, they think gay guys think. Maybe gay guys do that. Maybe gay guys watch porn when they're having sex with their boyfriends, okay, but most straight guys don't, okay? Maybe some do, but most of them don't, okay? I know I sure as fuck don't. And I know when you got the real thing, Okay, so she's cheating on all her friends. Okay, so Samantha and the trainer, they start having sex. She decides to train with him. She's like, well, maybe I'll train you. And then she says something weird. She says something like, hey, you probably have sex with all your clients. He's like, no, I don't. I don't. Not at all. I would never do that. I'm totally professional. All my clients are just clients that I help out to get better, to make them feel better and look better, okay? I would never, ever try to insert my penis inside their vagina. No, that's not professional. That's not what I do here. I try to help girls. I don't try to get intimate with them. That's disgusting. I would never, let's fuck, Yeah, right. Okay, so anyway, they start doing it. Okay, now here's the fucked up part. Okay, bullshit flag number 3. They're in the shower. And I guess Samantha's legs are hairy. And Samantha says, oh, I didn't know we were going to do this, or else I would have shaved my legs. And he's like, don't worry. I'll shave them for you. Number one, that would never happen. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know any guy that fucking shaves his girlfriend's legs. I sure as fuck have never done that. Any more than she shaved my legs. Okay? No. Maybe some of you guys out there do that. Like, oh yeah, I shave my wife all the time. You fucking asshole. Maybe there's some of you out there saying that to me right now. But just me personally, I've never done that. I've never wanted to do that. I've always let women, tend to themselves. That's like their area. I'll tend to myself. You tend to yourself. I'll keep myself trim. You keep yourself trim. So I've never shaved a woman's legs before. I don't want to. I don't think it's disgusting. I just don't think it's something I want to do, especially not when I'm about to have sex. Okay, if I'm already about to have sex, I'm already horny. I'm already hard. I've already accepted you for whatever you look like at that moment. Okay, I don't need to change you at the last minute. All right. But not only does he, number one, shaves her legs. Number two, he gives her a fucking Brazilian. A fucking Brazilian. Where the fuck did he learn that? What kind of fucking personal trainer is he? He gave her a fucking Brazilian. And then he shaved a lightning bolt on her. Yeah. Like the mark of Zorro. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. Bullshit. Okay, so anyway, they're all having martinis back at Kerry's place. Clary's running late. She's in the bathroom. She won't come out. The girls are all there sipping their martinis, talking about shit. Charlotte talks about how she's hanging out with lesbians now, so they're making jokes about her being a lesbian. Miranda says, I was a lesbian once when I was in 4th grade, and I kissed a girl. Yeah, we know where that's going. That's kind of foreshadowing. They call that foreshadowing, all right? Like anyone ever thought you weren't a lesbian, okay? I'm looking at her right now. I'm like, yeah, you're a fucking lesbian. I know the show says you're not, but you are. It's like you can't fool anybody. Like I never once believed you were straight. But I guess I don't know. Whatever. Okay, so the girls tell Charlotte, listen, you need to tell these lesbians that you're straight, okay? Because if you keep hanging out with them all the time like you've been doing, eventually one of them's gonna try to fuck you. And when they find out that you don't like women, okay, you're going to get excommunicated and they're going to get pissed off, all right? And they're probably not going to use your gallery anymore, So she's kind of at a crossroads here, Meanwhile, Samantha, this is the scene that was brought up, and then just like that, Kerry gets her diaphragm stuck in her cooch. She can't get it out, so either she goes to the gynecologist for an emergency session or one of the girls has to take it out. Who does it? Samantha. And I love the way she does it. She's like, okay. Here, I just had my nails done. Boom, 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 boom. She's marching to war. I love that. That was awesome. That reminded me of that scene from We Were Soldiers once with Mel Gibson where he kisses his family goodbye before he goes off to Vietnam. He walks out of his house, he looks around, and he's like, when he keeps puts his face on. That's kind of what Samantha does there. Love that. That was really good. Okay, so moving right along. She goes over there. Okay, Samantha does her, oh, you are so buying me dinner, And Kerry admits that she's been sleeping with Big. Her girlfriends all give her shit about it. Like, oh my God, after he was such an asshole to you last time, why would you be with Big again after what he did? Blah, 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 And she's like, well, it feels good when I'm with him, and I like we have good chemistry together and we have this physical connection and I like it and I don't want to give it up, Makes sense, She's like, well, if it's so great, why are you lying about it? And which is another good point, And Charlotte's like, you know what? This is not going to end well. This is not going to well. Even Charlotte's even like, even I don't believe this bullshit. We have a physical chemical connection that's hard to shake. Miranda's like, so now it's just casual sex? Is that what it is? Carrie's like, maybe. Charlotte's like, even I'm not that stupid. So she's like, you know what? I don't think I want to go see the movies now. She walks away. And the other goes, oh, Kerry, we're sorry. Come back, Kerry. Whatever. So Charlotte meets the queen lesbian. She's an Asian woman. She goes to some party where she's introduced to the queen lesbian, the highest of the high. Okay. And she's like, hey, we should go skiing together sometime. Because everyone's a pompous asshole. Because they're all rich and snooty and sipping martinis, and they're like, we should go skiing sometime. I own this great place, but there's something the girls need to know. Do you like men? And she's like, well, I like being with women. We have a lot in common. I love getting in touch with my sisterhood. Okay, but yes, if you had to come to physically and emotionally, yes, I do prefer men over women. But she's like, okay, well, you know what, sweetheart? If you don't carry carpet in your lunchbox, you're not a dyke. And she walks away. Well, yeah, makes sense. Okay, she didn't say carpet in the lunchbox. I said that. That was me. Okay, but you get the point. Okay. So she leaves. So she got excommunicated from the Pink Mafia. So she's not allowed in there anymore. Okay, moving right along. Samantha finds out that she gave the same lightning bolt. She's in the sauna. She meets another girl there. They look at each other's pussies because that's what they always do. They notice they both have a lightning bolt shaved under their crotch. So they realize they both been fucking the same guy. So the other girl's like, "Oh my god, that fucking asshole," and leaves. Now Samantha realizes that he played her. All that shit about how I don't sleep with my clients was bullshit. Like you didn't see that coming. Okay. Bullshit as well. I already told you why it's bullshit, okay? Some guy wouldn't fucking do that. We're supposed to give fucking Brazilians? Are you out of your fucking mind? Okay. So Big takes Kerry dancing. She asks him, "Are we back together officially?" And he says, "What do you mean officially? What does that mean?" She's like, it's like, it means, is this for real? Are we really back together? And Big says, "Every moment of my life is real, baby." And then she says, "Okay, well, then why did we break up?" And he's like, "Well, why don't you tell me? You're the one that dumped me. I had 2 tickets to Bart's. You left me there with all that luggage." And she's like, "Well, that's because you didn't say what I wanted to hear." And he's like, "You didn't say what I wanted to hear." And she says that she's afraid. Well, she doesn't say this, but she thinks that she's afraid that he wouldn't love her the way that she wants to be loved. And that he would break her heart again. And that maybe he can only love himself and really can't love her. Maybe that's the only person he'll ever really love is himself. And she doesn't want to get hurt again. And she's afraid that he's never going to love her the way that she wants him to. Makes sense. These are serious points. I get it, But then she cheats and tells him the truth. She sums it all up. She says, "I didn't tell you because I was afraid." She's like, "I was afraid." That's it. I was afraid. That's why she dumped him, because she was afraid. She was afraid of what would happen if she stayed with him. Which makes sense. I'm not judging her for it. It makes sense. And he tells her, he said, "Well, I did miss you officially. And I didn't cry about it." Because she asked him, "Did you cry?" Because she cried. He's like, "No, I didn't cry about it, but I listened to a lot of Sinatra." Which I would have listened to some Todd Rundgren. Yeah, but okay, she said listen to a lot of Sinatra, which I get a kick out of you, and that's okay, whatever. So they get back together. I guess they're officially back together, whatever that means. Okay, so yeah, this is a good episode. This is a good one. We're starting to get into the characters a lot better now. We're starting to get into their psyche. Kerry and Big and Samantha, all of them, Miranda, all of them. We're starting to get more into their psyches and who they are and why they're doing what they are. And now, finally, all the stuff that's been happening throughout the past 15 episodes is starting to, it's coming around again. Okay, so that's good. Okay, they've already made some history that they can draw off of from each other. Okay, because before the first season, everything was new. We'd never seen them before. We'd never seen them go through anything major before. Now we've got some history with them. We know what they're going to do. We know about stuff that's already happened several episodes ago, so we can use that into the present context. So that's all good to go. So anyway, it was a good episode, and I liked watching it. Okay, so I will be back next time, and I'll give you my review of the next episode. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it.